Good morning, everybody, or night. Who knows? Maybe you're watching this, eating some popcorn, high on Coke at 2 a.m. Whatever. That's your business. Well, this video is going to be why I hate the 430. And I mean, I know I'm made fun of a lot because of it, because I hate these things. It's become a mutual hate just because so many of you make fun of me for it. But this is why I don't like the 430, and it's as overrated as your 4020 or 4440. Stay tuned, because I'm going to hurt some feelings on this one. We can quickly go over why everyone loves the 430 to begin with. Yes, it's a diesel, beautiful diesel. Runs big 18-inch front wheels. Supposed to have 26s on the rear. I'll admit that I stole them for that. But we threw some nice 23s on. Still doesn't look horrible. These came with only power steering, full power steering cylinder on it. H3 cylinder, so it divides up the front remotes, rear remotes, and you can separate out to the deck lift to the 3-point system here. Big old diesel cap. Some of these do have a flip-up seat. This one has a suspension seat underneath it. Didn't get the flip-up option, but they could make for a nice ride. Also comes with high-low transmission, which all the 400s do also. 400s and 420s all come with a high-low. But 430s and 420s have locking diff. Just press that button down. That can be pretty handy, especially on a 425s. They came with all locking diff, but they didn't have a high-low transmission, because personally there really isn't that big of a need for it. Generally, you're just going to be using low range most of the time to begin with, because high range can take you up to about 12.5 miles an hour, which on something like this is a little scary to do sometimes, because I've done it on the 400 a couple times, and with the way the sloppy steering is on it, it's not a fun ride to go that fast. But these things are pretty universal. They use a lot of 300 series parts, other than just the excessively long hood. And the grills, I know, are a little bit harder to come by, especially you try to find them in good shape, not with a big old dent in the front of it. But that should easily clean out pretty good. Overall, it's just too much. It really is. Now, one of the first things that I just absolutely do not approve of on a 430 is just genuinely the overall size of it. I mean, yeah, all right, I got it branded as a 115, but it's a 425. Sorry. But my main point is, look, it's literally almost 1.5 feet longer and taller. Like, why? What purpose is there to be that much longer in any way? That's just a horrible design. Just size comparison. I mean, if you don't believe me that I've got them parked exactly next to each other. Yeah, that's just absolutely ridiculous. All right, yes, this is packing a good size 3-cylinder diesel Yanmar, built by Deere, or branded by Deere anyway, but built by Yanmar. You can see it there on the tag. Now, this is a pretty hefty sized engine. And obviously with the fulfillment of the radiator up front and just everything else trying to make it work and fit in this frame. It's just, look, why? You could have shortened that up a little bit. I mean, look at the hood is literally eye level. Like, seriously. Why you got to make something so monstrosity when you can literally do the exact same thing in a smaller chassis? The 455s carry the exact same engine in it, and it's a foot shorter. Now, when you build something like this, that you put that much weight forward, guess what you don't have? Rear end traction. Yeah, I've seen guys put over 1,000 pounds on the back of these things, and it's still not enough for what they need to actually function and work. Now, I'll admit I took the 3-point off of this one, and So it's going to need a 3-point put back on, bigger tires, wheel weight, all that galore, just because you literally want to do anything at all with this, and it will just spin out because it's got 1,000 pounds literally sitting on the front of it a foot further than it needs to be. That's my main problem with this. I can buy a 455 or a 330 or a 332 that's literally exact same horsepower platform, exact same, heck, better transmissions and better attachments. That's the biggest thing on a 430. Attachments are outrageously priced. I love my 425s. The 425s use a quick attach style of front end hitch, which is, it's only a specific pin lineup, but the X7 series and everything uses that much forward. All of these attachments are still available, still widely used. You can get them for way cheaper than that son of a gun right there. And even on the 300 series and to 140s, they all use the exact same front attachments. A 430 only uses 430 attachments. So why would I use a one model only attachment series when I can buy something that's universal and still widely used today, and I can find them everywhere? They literally make you use a frame extender to get the claws to go from there up front, so you can even put a front end attachment on it. That's just more BS attachments. You know, just more things to go wrong, more, just extra. Why? There's nothing extra on this. I do have a 2-stage snowblower for this. Good luck trying to use it when there's no rear weight on it, because it's a big blower. It's much bigger than the single stage, but the point of it is you put that much weight out front here, plus the motor, everything. It's just literally a teeter-totter. This actually isn't that bad. It can handle this little blower pretty good, but I did put larger wheels on it anyway. Just anything is better than nothing. But why? Why the extra crap? To me, a 430 in short is literally, it's that in-between nightmare of a tractor. It's too big to be just a normal garden tractor or lawnmower. Obviously, it has a 60-inch deck that comes with it. But yet, it's too big for its own good, but yet it's too small because if you put a loader on it, it doesn't have enough rear weight, and it doesn't have four-wheel drive capability. I could save up and buy probably a 650, 655, or the 755 series. Subcompacts, loader, four-wheel drive, for probably about the same price as you could buy a 430. Why these things are so fabled and everybody uses them for plow days and everything. Yeah, you can put a turbo on. Big deal. I've just never really been a diesel guy. Yeah, I know, I say that. Yeah. I've never been an overly big diesel guy, especially on the lawn and garden side of it. Gassers will work just fine for me, for what I do, for mowing, getting around and all that. Just to buy an overly cumbersome diesel that, I mean, my 400 is pretty big as it is, and that takes up a lot of trailer space. Let's just say I can put 3 110s in the same space a 400 takes up, let alone 430. It's just, it's too big, it's too cumbersome, it doesn't fit my needs, and when there's smaller platforms for a lot cheaper that can do the exact same thing, why wouldn't I? 430s are overrated. And that's the clear point in case of it. They get stuck on wet asphalt. It just, or wet grass, however you want to take that analogy. But that's just my point of it. You have every right to like a 430. I never will, because I'll never have a need for one. If there even is such thing as a need for one. Yeah, it's a diesel. They're torquey, a little more powerful. I get that. They're better capable of mowing and snow blowing. But making it a foot longer than literally anything else in existence, that just gets in the way. And you wonder why the front grille is all smashed in. Because you hit everything with it. short, if you want a 430, get it. If you find a cheap one, go ahead, buy it, play with it, do what you want. If you can afford one, if you like them, that's your niche. It's not mine. So that's why this one, short-lived for me. Got a good friend that actually wants it and can use the snowblower, so he'll play with it. But not for my needs. It's just not. With that, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. You know the drill. I shouldn't have to tell you guys this every time, but I gotta, for advertising. You just like this pretty face, don't you? So, look me up on everything. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, you get a pretty good perspective of what it's like to own a 430. Even Ben doesn't like 430s, but can't win them all.